And then when I hear the training, giving ideas on how all of you can go from where you are to where you'd like to be, I say to myself, this is why I'm here. And then for the friends that I've made over the years, starting 23 years ago, when I meet Jerry, see what's happened to her, Doug Stuntz, Frank Lutz, some of those very first distributors, see their success, see their organizations represented here today, and they are my very dear friends, and I say to myself, this is why I'm here. And these testimonials about what these products can do and what the opportunity can do for people who will just start, apply what you know to start. You can learn as you go and go as far as you'd like to go. And I say to myself one more time, this is why I'm here. And then to have all of you welcome me as you did, I say to myself, this is why I'm here. So for just the next few minutes now, to wrap up the day, I'd like to have you take these notes. If you're ready, say, I'm ready. It's interesting how people along the way dramatically affect your life. I was reminiscing this morning. I got up early. I'm 25 years old. I'm married. I've been working 6 years. Went to college for a year. I got a little family. And I'm behind on my big mouth promises, not feeling that good about myself, working hard, trying to make it go, but falling a little behind. Creditors calling once in a while saying, you told us the check was in the mail. I'm embarrassed by all of that. Then the final story, I hear a knock on my door one day, and I go to the door, and there's a little girl about this tall selling Girl Scout cookies. And she gave me the big pitch on Girl Scout cookies. Finest organization in the world. We got these cookies, only $2. Support the Girl Scouts. No problem, I wanted to. And with a big smile, she politely asked me to buy. I did want to buy. Big problem, I didn't have $2 in my pocket. So I thought, I can't tell her that. So I thought, well, next best, I lied to her. And I said, look, I've already bought lots of Girl Scout cookies. I've still got plenty in the house that we haven't eaten yet. She said, well, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. And she leaves. When she leaves, I say to myself, I don't want to live like this anymore. I mean, how low can you get lying to a Girl Scout? I mean, that's as low as it gets. So I promised myself that day it would never happen again. So I started searching for opportunity. Very quickly met another man who drastically changed the course of my life. His name was Mr. Earl Schoaf. You that have listened to my cassettes and read the books and are acquainted with my material know the name Mr. Earl Schoaf. He's the one that introduced me to health and nutrition as a product. I'd been practicing it, for a long, long time, thanks to my mother. One of those great influences in my life, my mother, who studied and practiced health and nutrition. And so I've been healthy all my life. Needed to lose a few pounds, or gain a few pounds when I found Herbalife. I've been skinny all my life. In high school, I turned sideways. They called me absent. I was skinny. But sure enough, I get a hold of Herbalife, gain those extra pounds that have served me so well now to travel the world. So my mama was a great influence on my life. My father, let me give you my father's seminar in 2 sentences. Here it is. Always do more than you get paid for. This is from my father. Always do more than you get paid for to make an investment in your future. That seminar worked so well with Herbalife. Getting a customer may be fairly easy, getting someone to buy. Getting them to use the product a little more difficult. You've heard me tell the story. You call Mary, say, Mary, how are you doing? Mary says, I'm not losing weight. You say, that's impossible. She said, I tell you, I'm standing on the scales right now, and I'm not losing weight. And you have to say, Mary, the product doesn't work while you're standing on the scales. Or whatever you can think of. She says, no, it's not going to work for me. And you say, Mary, what day is it? She says, it's Friday. And you say, I forgot to tell you, this product works better on the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, people lose weight like crazy. Come on, Mary, use the product. And she finally says, okay, I'll start using the product. That's called the work after the sale. So if you do more than you get paid for, especially in Herbalife, it's the testimonials that drive the business. So do that extra work. The work to sell, yes, but then the work to get somebody to use the product. Mark's major goal was not to sell Herbalife. Mark's major goal was to get people to use Herbalife. Herbalife wasn't started with a sale. Mark got his grandmother to use the product. He didn't sell it to her. You got to be pretty tough to collect money from your grandmother, right? So Mark gave the product to his grandmother. So make this note now, Herbalife was started with a gift. But Mark was certain that if his grandmother used the product, she'd have great results, and that's exactly what happened. And the results that she got and her testimonial quickly got Mark 25 more customers. So, my father's advice was good. My mother said study and practice health and nutrition. Then I meet this extraordinary man, Mr. Earl Schoaf. He's the one that introduced me to health and nutrition as a product and a business. And then he's the one that started giving me that early philosophy that I shared with Mark when I met him when he was 19. For things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, it's not what happens that determines your future. It's what you do about what happens. Direction determines destination. All you got to do is make a little change in direction to arrive at a brand new destination in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I learned all that incredible philosophy from this unique man, Mr. Earl Schoaf. Became a distributor of health and nutrition, age 25, started part-time. Here was my first goal, to earn as much money part-time as I was making on my full-time job. So make this note now for this day's wrapping up information. Here it is, the magic of being part-time. Way back in those early days, if I'd put an ad in the paper and somebody'd call and say, I'm out of a job, what have you got? I'd say, look, get a job and call me. The business I've got works better part-time. Here's why. Part-time, the extra money you earn can greatly change your lifestyle, and a change of lifestyle is a great recruiting tool. So show people the value of part-time. Then my mentor taught me if I started part-time, I could have a great testimonial that went like this. I'm working full-time on my job, and I'm now working part-time on my fortune. It's so exciting to go to work part-time on your fortune. Yes, it's fun to make a little extra money. Yes, change your lifestyle. But I developed a whole new philosophy. That's why within less than 6 months, I was making more money part-time than I was making on my full-time job. Here was my next goal, to make twice as much money part-time as I was making on my full-time job. I reached that in less than 1 year. Now I've got an incredible story. I found this unique opportunity. I'm part-time, but I'm making twice as much money part-time as I'm making on my full-time job. I'm then still reluctant to go full-time, because I didn't want to give up this incredible story. Finally, it only made sense to go full-time. And then the skills I learned during that period. I was a distributor for 7 years, finally became an executive of the company, took the product from America to Canada. But those people who walked into my life, from my mother and my father and the little Girl Scout and Mr. Earl Schoaf, and then, after I came back from Canada, having made my fortune, moved to Beverly Hills with my family, I'm doing a seminar telling my story one day in Los Angeles, California, and in my audience walks a young man, 19 years old, and his name is Mark Hughes.